Alrighty guys, so today I'm going to be working on getting the carbs out and giving them a good thorough cleaning. We do have a carb kit on order, so if it needs it, we'll put it in. I think it's just basic with some, you know, a needle and a seat and that kind of stuff. Just like some internal stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to get right into it, taking off these carbs. Don't know how much of a hassle it's going to be. It shouldn't be too bad. But we'll see how this stuff comes out. Got the slide right up here with the TORS system on top. Slides definitely smell pretty bad. Weren't the easiest to come off either. Had a lot of crud on them, so. Try to pull these carbs out. I got all the overflow lines clipped off. We'll see if we can pull these carbs off now. So there is the clutch arm down there. You have to kind of watch out for a little bit. So just kind of wiggle and jiggle them. And out they come. Reeds actually don't look bad. Doesn't look like a lot of dirt got in there, which is excellent. So yeah, I'm gonna shove some rags, my rag here right in the intake booth. Some rags shoved in there now. The carbs out. They definitely smell and look like they've been sitting for a long time. So that's a good and bad thing, I guess. But the needles. And the needles are a little varnished up. They have a little coating of varnish on them. Slides don't look the greatest, but not terrible. And yeah, so like I said before, we got the TORS sleeve caps coming. Just got a lot of parts on order that you guys will be seeing as soon as they come in, I guess. And so yeah, we're kind of just making do with what we got right now. Just got the carbs out. As you can see, there's some varnish looking substance by the intake, by the reed side I meant. Alrighty guys, so today we got the Banshee carbs off, and we're going to be doing a rebuild on the carbs, and we're also going to have to do some modifications because we did get the TORS lead cables and caps and stuff. So
I'm going to do a little explanation on that. Cost about $30 on eBay. You get new throttle caps that are for the stock carburetors, which is good. You get a new cable, and then you also get a tap, a drill bit, and idle screws. So we have to drill out this orifice right here. So on the left side, this is the left side carburetor. On the outside, we got to file this down flat, drill that out, tap it, and then insert the idle screw. This will be the right side carb. We'll be doing the outside one on this side. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to drill and tap that while I have the carbs completely stripped. You know what I mean? They're all, no, there's nothing in them. I did clean them a little bit. I'm going to get some of the scuzz out of here yet. I might have to clean the gasket surface on this one just a bit, and then make sure the jets are clean. I did order new jets because we'll probably have to rejet this thing. But for putting it back together to see if we can test run it, it will work. I'll touch on the float bowls later. We'll get these hopefully drilled and tapped. Alright guys, so we got, this is going to be the left side carburetor. Might be a little bit of background noise. Sparky's currently doing a steering column on like a Hyundai Sonata or something. Pretty sketchy work, but anyways, this is the choke side, left side carburetor. We filed this flat. You want this flat because you have a jam nut on your new idle screw, so that you want that to kind of clamp against something flat, obviously. So what we're going to do is, they give you a drill bit provided in the kit. Yep. I couldn't tell you what size it is. I don't see any markings on it, so we're going to go with 3/16 to 1/4 inch, somewhere in there. I'm going to have Sully line me up one way, and I'm going to line up the other way so we get a decent square drill at it.
I'd say that looks pretty good right there. Are you going the right way?
Yep.
Try to go a tad top to tad left.
Dead back.
Looks good right there. Good. So it's a pretty good hole, boys.
Yep. You can go in there afterward too and take a little bit of like Scotch-Brite and kind of take the burr off, just in case. You don't want the slide to get bound up on anything.
Yeah.
But blow the chips away. Then what we're going to do is get a tap wrench or a socket. You can get a 8-point socket, I think. We'll fit this. Make sure you put a little WD-40, some kind of lubricant, and then tap that all the way through until you see it stick out the other side and back her off. I'll tap it, and then I'll show you guys the finished product on one. I'll do the other one off camera because it's the exact same thing. You just got to remember which side you're going to be going on. This is going to be the right side carb. You're going to want the outside of it because you're not going to want to fight the idle adjustment when it's stuck between two carburetors.
Yes.
So as long as they're on the outside of each, make sure you got them in the correct orientation. You know, this is obviously
just
the
know
intake.
Your choke side is your left side carburetor if you're looking at the machine from the back.
Yep.
Choke side is left side.
So we're going to go ahead and tap it, and I'll do the other one, and then we'll show you guys what it looks like.
Alright guys, so we just grabbed a little bit of just penetrating oil. You know, just something to lube up the hole a little bit. Of course, it's really hard material to cut through.
Of course, the old snap-on wrench, it's skipping teeth as usual.
Right.
Unbelievable.
Anyways, yeah. So just try to get it centered as best you can, like we do with the drill bit.
And this is a very fine thread. It's M6 by 0.75.
Yeah.
Is the thread.
Very fine thread.
So we're just about to break through the surface into the throat of the carb right now. I can see the chips are just frickin' coming out. You don't really need threads completely to the end because you don't have threads on there. That's going to stick in the unthreaded part of your idle screw.
Yeah, because
you just want threads basically.
You have this tip right here that has no threads that's going to be in there. Yep. So if you don't really need it to go past the last threads.
Right. And it's nice to do this when the carbs are disassembled because you're going to get metal shavings everywhere.
Right.
So if you try to do this with your carb together,
so
I would highly recommend you just not do that. Just clean it up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go take this to the compressed air, and then I'm going to blow it out, and I'll show you guys what it looks like.
Just finished blowing out some good old compressed air. Looks pretty mint, I'd say. Spike, how are you?
Yeah, it looks very good. No need to really deburr.
Good look down the...
You can't really see it. It's kind of off to the left there. But obviously, like I said, make sure that's flat as best you can. You know, take a file, take a whoop-de-wheel on an air grinder.
Let's go try and put one of the screws in real quick.
So as you can see, threads right in.
Going in like a glove, boys. Let's make sure to you can see her through that it'll hit on the slide and actually hit the slide on.
Looks like it. I don't have a slide here, but barely in there.
Yeah. Oh Oh yeah, she doesn't need to go in there that much.
Looks like it should be okay.
Perfect.
You don't want these Banshees idling at that much RPM anyways.
Right.
So. Yeah, so all you're going to do when you're going to have to sync your carbs up, obviously, with the new cable. Yeah. And then you're going to set your idle, and then you're going to tighten the 10 millimeter, I'm guessing, jam nut, and that'll make sure it doesn't move on you.
Yep.
So do the exact same thing with the other carb, and then you should be good to go. Just make sure you wash everything out, make sure there's no metal shavings.